If y'all watch the show tonight on Fresh and Fit, y'all can see why the world don't like dark-skinned chicks in general.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Weekly Wahala. It's your girl Tweneboah, and on today's episode of Weekly Wahala, we're going to be talking about yet another video from the Fresh and Fit podcast going viral. So yesterday on site, the blog actually posted another video from the Fresh and Fit podcast, and it had it basically showed, I don't know whether he's a dating coach or he's a podcaster as well, but his name is Tommy Sotomayor, and he basically appeared as a guest on the Fresh and Fit podcast, and somewhere through their conversation or their discussion, a fight broke out between him and a black woman, and they both had to be separated. Now I don't think I could show the video because my last video that I did on the baby and Brandon Bills, YouTube basically restricted it and like age restricted it, so I don't really want to take any chances. But the video is accessible, like on site posted it, or you can even go on YouTube on like the Fresh and Fit podcast. They actually posted the whole video, and I think they also posted like them going back to like talk about like and explain the situation and how it went down. But if we don't want to sit through that, other little smaller content creators have taken like the clip on like how it escalated and like, you know, and showing like the fight clip. So yeah, you can access it on YouTube. Basically yet another, like, I don't really know, I'm not really shocked at this point, but another black woman has found herself on the Fresh and Fit podcast, and yet again a viral moment has been captured at the expense of this black woman. So you know, I've seen like various moments even before the whole Asian doll saga, you know, when that, because I feel like the Asian doll thing blew up because like she wasn't like just Instagram like model sort of thing. Asian doll is like a rapper, so obviously like it blew up because people who enjoy rap or who are into hip-hop know who Asian doll is. So yeah, like, but there have been sort of moments before the Asian doll situation where, you know, problematic statements have gone viral.
I ain't gonna lie, just keeping it real, I don't really date black girls. it's not because like like most black girls are like annoying, how to put this, ratchet, and they don't know how to like be reserved. You're like the complete opposite.
You are not the stereotype. And
yet nobody has said anything. But yeah, I feel like that's why the Asian doll one went mainstream, because like she's actually like a rapper, and like sort of she's supposed to be this big artist, and you know that situation went down. So you know, with the whole Asian doll thing, obviously, even I think what was like really shocking about the video was that she was defending another black woman on the podcast, on the panel, and like because she called him mean, one of the, I don't know which one, Fresh and Fit, like I don't know the difference between them, but she called one of them mean, and he said, oh, you know, I can do whatever I want, this is my podcast, if you can't follow the rules you can get up and leave. So she left.
Okay, so earlier on the show there's a lot back and forth, so he was just telling her to chill because it was like 5 times he told her to like chill.
Yeah,
so that's why.
Okay, but I said he mean, why he want to stop the shit.
Well,
do some dramatic,
because you don't know what was going on.
We are hosting the show.
It's good though, bro.
Why
Hey,
would
yo,
that piss you off?
Chill, bro. It's all right. We all right. We good.
He want a moment. Get it slow.
We good. Let's keep going, bro. We all right.
I want to leave.
Let's keep.
No,
baby,
don't
you
leave,
got
please.
I won't.
Please.
Okay, just like from here on out, like please,
on his
one
ass,
at a
he's
time,
tripping.
because we're going to the show
we'll
right now.
start
Okay?
it over. I promise I won't say nothing. I promise.
This is the 5th time.
Okay.
You said that last time.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, let's start
Go
it
ahead.
over. Okay.
Listen, dude. Don't let them downers fool you.
All right.
Oh, I'm bad.
Super chats, and then we'll do.
Nah. I'm just talking in general. Don't get me beat up, but.
No. We end the show after this.
After this, okay, cool.
Yeah, 20 and up.
Netty pot.
Netty pot for tomorrow
That's
morning.
messed up.
I need one. Venmo me or send it to me via Uber Eats. Thanks. Bye.
We got Dixie Normus.
Thank you.
$10 says, girl, 2 away from Myron is fresh, you know? Okay. We got DJ says, Dan, when Asian Lo sat down, she made all the other girls look busted. You up? All right, later.
And I feel like obviously if somebody was defending me, like if they walked up and left, I would have followed them, but I don't really know why, like the black woman who Asian doll was protecting carried on sitting there. But I think what was even crazier was that because the whole Asian doll one thing went mainstream, like I feel like for like a week or two, that was the whole conversation of like every single blog was talking about it. I feel like they did like a whole like revision, like I don't know what to call it, a revision, but it's the next video that they did after the whole Asian doll thing was them talking about, you know, the situation, addressing the situation, and like that the black girl actually came on again, and I was like, what is going on? Like,
So I didn't single you out. I told everyone, ladies, please stop. 7 times, okay?
Okay, then
And-
why did you say shut the fuck up to us? I don't understand.
I said
like
shut
the
the
fifth
fuck up.
time.
Okay.
I said shut the
Then
fuck
why
up.
did you get mad when Asian? Then why did you get mad when Asian Doll said
Whoa.
it? Why did you get mad when Asian Doll said it?
Wait, hold up.
Then why'd you bring me on this fucking podcast if I gotta shut up? That means
make
no
shit
sense.
right, but you're not.
That makes no sense. That's why he brought
It's
you
not
here.
Myron and it's not Fresh. I'm a female just like you, and I'm letting you know you need to shut the fuck up and listen to what they're telling you.
But
obviously you keep
Why are they
interrupting
telling
them.
me no? They're trying to
Let me
paint
speak
a
on what
false
I'm saying.
narrative.
You
No,
keep
thank
interrupting them
No.
and not listening to what they're trying to tell you, bruh.
you watch them disrespect another black woman yet again, and you're still on the show. Anyway, I literally cannot understand it, but I literally can't understand it at all. But yeah, so when the Asian doll situation happened, obviously the detectives went and did some digging, and they went to their old content that Fashion Fit had done, and they found a video of them basically saying some very, you know, racist, because that's what it is, it's racist, you know, racist language, racist terminology. And I think basically on the podcasts, one of their, because I think it's like, it must be live on YouTube, but somebody asked the question about how they felt about, I think it's, I don't know how new it is, but apparently there's a dating app somewhere where black women can meet black men, or like vice versa, but basically black people who are into dating each other, who are looking to date other black people, can go on that dating app. So you know, they asked them how they felt about it. I think the dating app is called Black, or I think it is, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, so they asked them what are their opinions on it, and they said, you know, we don't date Shaniquas and Latiquas, we don't date night riders, but if you want to dabble in the dark, then if you want to, no, I think, no, they said if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas and Latiquas, then go ahead. We don't date night riders, we don't dabble in the dark. You know, I'll try and post the video, but it was literally crazy.
What about the black dating app called Black?
Oh, it's funny. I never used that one, bro. But hey, man.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like
Nah,
that.
man.
We ain't night riders.
Nah,
so
bro, I'm good.
You know, sometimes if they're, you know, red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
And I feel like this was a video that, like, you know, this was posted in the shade room, on site, like these big blogs like Hollywood Unlocked, like whatever, like I think, yeah, like they were posting like these, like the video of them calling black women night riders, and especially the one that I saw in the shade room had like over 7 million plus views, like millions and millions of views. And this is a time where like on the shade room was followed by many rappers, musicians, Instagram models, influencers, whatever, like they all follow the shade room, and every other day like they're always commenting, saying some stuff, like even days when like sometimes when like a rapper's been like shot or like murdered or something, like out of like gang violence or something, they'll be in there posting their rest in pieces. Like it's like bring out the red carpet, like everybody who's got a blue check mark has something to say. They like posting this emoji. I don't know what the emoji is called, but the prayer hands. They like posting that emoji, and it's like, oh, rest in peace, But like you saw millions and millions of views, but it was just black women, especially the, you know, just like the black women, like the everyday black women like me and you. There was not a lot of blue check marks. There were these celebrities. It just goes so that they saw it, but they just didn't care enough to say anything about it. And anyway, that's the black community for you. But yeah, you know, millions and millions of views, and yeah, the comments were silent, and it was just, I understand why black women would have something to say about it, like, nah, right, this is a racist comment, it's a disgusting comment to make, but yeah, nobody was taken up for black women. And you know, fast forward to 2 days ago, and the Fresh and Fit podcast have made another podcast, and yet again we see another black woman. There was two black women on the show. So they invited Tommy Sotomayor. Like I said, I'm not really sure whether he's a dating coach, he's a podcaster. We're not really sure what he is, but he was a guest on their show. And like, I think even the on-site on site, that's where I saw the video, posted it, and even they captioned it, why is another black woman on that show again? Those people in the comment section were saying they don't understand why after the whole Asian doll saga, another black woman is on the show. And so anyway, you know, then another person actually commented, a woman commented, and she said, oh, you guys are taking it out of proportion, I think this black woman was defending black women, and that's why she went on the show. So like, I've watched the video, I've watched the sort of the full, I've gone around and seen the video, and basically I think what the black woman, I'm not really familiar with Tommy Sotomayor, but apparently she was calling him out, asking him why he disrespects black women. And to what we've seen has happened, this guy doesn't care. Like so many times in the video he told her that, like, hey, like, I'm not backing down on my statements. If you want to be offended as a black woman by the stuff that I'm saying, like, then it's up to you, but I don't really care, sort of thing. And then somewhere down the line, they ended up getting, like, she ended up standing up, and like they're arguing, full-blown arguing at this point. She stands up, he stands up, and then I think like he doesn't really touch her, which I think I have to also say that, like, I don't really agree with, like, I don't really agree with her, like, you know, standing up to attempt to hit him. I don't agree with people. I feel like everybody should keep their hands to themselves. There's no reason as to why you should have to hit somebody, especially when, like, even like I said, the commenter, and that could just goes to show that this doesn't make any sense. Like, you going on a show saying that, oh, I'm trying to educate you on the way to treat black women. Like, people, like, if somebody's it doesn't matter, you don't have to go out of your way to educate somebody about the way they treat black women. Like, if they're not treating them with respect, like, they don't, like, that's my opinion about it. Like, they don't care about respecting black women. It's not about, oh, let me go on the show, a show that their subscribers and their followers, people who enjoy the show, they don't want to watch a black woman, you know, like, say good points or anything like that. They want to watch black women be humiliated and embarrassed. That's what the show is about. So I don't really know why, you know, these black women still don't understand, it still appear on that show. But anyway, so yeah, after the whole fight, like, that really happened, I don't really want to call it a fight, because, like, I think people are saying that she hit him. I've not really zoomed it. Like, I think, I'm not really sure, but yeah, like, obviously one thing I will say is that she did antagonize it, which, like I said, I don't agree with women, like, hitting men or putting their hands on men at all. Like, I'm not with that at all. But yeah, but after the whole situation, Tommy Sotomayor went on Instagram and made a video, and he said this is what he said.
If y'all watch the show tonight on Fresh and Fit, y'all can see why the world don't like dark-skinned chicks in general. They're insecure over nothing. This woman, I'm getting into a fight with this woman because she want to fight me. Spent the whole time talking about my penis and how big it was, then got mad because the light-skinned girl got more play than she did. I'll talk about it more on my show tonight. Anyway, I'm out.
So yeah, you've seen the video, and just like the Night Riders comment, you know, it's just racist, like, it's racist language, racist verbiage, you know, and they, like, tend to hide it in, oh, well, it's preference and it's opinion, when it's actually not. It's racist language. You can't call black women Night Riders and say that, oh, the world hates dark-skinned women. Anyway, but I believe that black women only know how to move when it comes to non-black people. Like, you know, had this had been like a couple of white men on a podcast talking about interracial relationships, saying that, oh, this is why, saying that, oh, well, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas and Latiquas, well, then go ahead. But, you know, we don't date Night Riders, we don't double in the dark. The outrage would have been immense. Like, had this been an Asian man who, you know, had a altercation with a black woman and then proceeded to film himself and say, oh, well, this is why the world hates dark-skinned women. Like, the outrage, people were talking about how, oh, well, people of color solidarity is bullcrap and we shouldn't all be thrown together as people of color. Like, literally, they would have, like, they would know how to, like, even it reminds me of the whole TikTok, like, around like 2019, like, you know, people would find like racist TikToks, right, and then they would find like their background and find out like what school they went to, what job they worked at, like what colleges they were applying to, and then literally, like, these people would sort of lose opportunities because of the racist videos that they'd made. So it's one of those things where it's like, you know, when it's other races of people like doing stuff, then it's like for some reason black women know how to get on code than it is like when it's people of your own community. And you know, in my opinion, like when you like words like night rider and like the world, this is why the world hates dark-skinned women, it does more damage to black women than, you know, white supremacy, in my opinion. And to me, like, I understand that like other races of people don't owe me anything, but this is the community that says, you know, black power, black excellence, black love, black black unity, black pride, everything else, right? And you know, if this is what black unity is, this is what black power, black pride, black excellence, then I don't want it. Because at the end of the day, like, it reminds me of the whole Cardi B situation. So when Cardi B like just a couple of like days or weeks like before the Fresh and Fit situation, Cardi B was, I think she was hosting a club appearance, or she was paid to be at a club appearance and, you know, getting her coins. And basically so there was some black women out there who were trying to get to the club that she was hosting at, and they were basically begging her, asking her, Cardi, these club promoters and these bouncers are not letting black women in.
None. I didn't let some black women in here. Let the black women in here.
No, they don't. No, they don't, Cardi. No, they don't.
Huh? Now let them in.
Let them in. Let them in.
And this is not the first time I've heard about a situation like this. Like, there've been so much times where, you know, there was even one was in London, I think it was called District something, and even like the YouTuber Nisa T did a video about years ago that was their motto. And when you go there, like, it's not, like I said, the outrage would have been different had it have been a couple like white promoters and white bouncers saying, you're not, like, we're not allowing dark-skinned women or not allowing black women in. The outrage would have been big. Had it even been like change the club situation, had it been you know, a couple of black women refused entry at Chanel, or a couple of black women refused entry at Gucci, literally people will be coming up again saying, oh, well, this is why we should stop buying from these designer brands and don't value people. Like, there'd been a much more different outrage. And I feel like it should be, because like I mean, for me, I'm, like I said, like, I'm not really, I understand how other races of people are going to move, and that they're not gonna, like, other races of people don't other races of people don't owe me anything. But this is like a community that has, like, you know, massed itself, like, or like to say all types of, black unity, we're black together, everything, we stand together as one, everything black, we all black, da 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 da, fists up in the air, and then proceeds to the people who turn, like, the people who disrespect black women the most are the ones who look like black women. These men who are dark skinned always have the most to say, saying that all black women are night riders, and that, you know, the world dislikes black women. So this is why I feel like, for me personally, you can oppose to it, and you can, like, you know, you can have a difference of opinion, it doesn't matter. But I personally feel like it's no longer, you know, white supremacy, it's these group of men that are doing the worst to black women, in my opinion. And, you know, my most favorite quote, you know, by Tyrion Lannister, if you watch Game of Thrones. Even for me personally, I didn't really watch Game of Thrones like that. I didn't really get past the first season. I couldn't pay attention. But I once saw like a video from Tyrion Lannister, one of the characters from Game of Thrones, and, you know, he said something like, it's hard to put a leash on a dog once you've put a crown on its head, right?
It's hard to put a leash on a dog once you've put a crown on its head.
And I literally love that quote, and it speaks, like, it's like, for me, when I saw the whole you know, the whole Night Riders thing, I couldn't help but think of this quote, because it's like, you know, black women are told to speak light to black men, protect them from the world, you know, do all sorts, like, for black, like, put the needs of black men before their own. And then it's like, now black women are struggling to even give them the basic, like, they can't even give you the basic respect to not call you night riders, to not say that the world hates dark-skinned black women. For me, it's like, and I feel like this is a job for black women. I think, you know, black women unfortunately don't have the privilege to that other, you know, other race, because had this been another race of women going through this, like, there won't be, but had this been another race of women, like, you know, where the men publicly disrespect them, the quote-unquote good bunch, so the good white men or the good Asian men, would like they would put a stop to this. Like this is why I think there was a video going around of like a certain dating coach who I don't think I can post the video, but I'll put the thumbnail. I think once I put the thumbnail on, people, like if people are familiar with the whole like this dating coach's manosphere or something, they might know the video. But there was this particular manosphere, like this is like he guides himself as a dating coach, and he what he did was like he was obviously saying horrible things about like women as a whole, and so like this white man calls him and basically like goes in on him basically, and you had like a lot of black women who were celebrating, saying, oh yeah, like this white man really was sticking up for, you know, black women. And I was like, I don't really necessarily think so. And I've seen it in like in the TikToks as well, that like a lot of where these quote unquote these black you know, podcasters and the dating coaches fail is that they, you know, whenever they say like, oh, black women are this, black women are that, black women are that, like nobody says anything and nobody defends black women. But it's when they say women, it's like they encompass women, so that means Asian women, white women, black women also. I think one of the worst things I've heard was, I think when one of them said something like, oh, when a woman gives birth, she like her value decreases. So that was something that is like, you're in, like black women are the only group of women who give birth, white women give birth, Asian women give birth. So that's why even a lot of white men started duetting the video and literally like blasting them, because it's like, you're not gonna align our women with whatever it is that you're like with your ideology. You're not gonna align us with your ideology, sort of thing.
I mean, you are chasing a woman with a used vagina, a disrespectful mouth.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, this must be a joke, right? Because I refuse to believe that you actually made that video, went back and looked at it and said, yep, that's the one, I'm posting it.
If it was any other race where, you know, they wanted to disrespect women, like the good bunch, the quote-unquote good bunch, would actually come out and, you know, speak out for them. So this is why, like, in reference, like the first part of the video that I was talking about, the shade room, the fact that like these quote-unquote good men who have or black little girls or black wives, or they are doing nothing about it. And that's why I say it's a job for black women, because it's like the ones who are supposedly the good men aren't doing anything about it, and they're not going to do anything about it, because to sit here and say that black women are night riders and everyone's sat here and like, you know, not doing anything about it, just goes to show like what the community is. And you know, that's pretty much my breakdown and my my opinions over this video, because I didn't really get a chance to talk about the night riders thing because I was on I think that time I was on Christmas holiday, so I went back home and like I forgot to take like my tripod and stuff, so I didn't really like get a chance to talk about it and film the video. So I wanted to like do a whole breakdown and give my whole like perspective on it. And yeah, so please, if you come this far and you're literally watching at this point, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I really appreciate it. And please like, comment and subscribe, and let me know what you feel about, you know, the whole I don't know whether it's a trend, whatever is going on, but that is to come out and disrespect black women. And the fact that how do you feel about obviously the whole Fresh and Fit saga, the fact that black women are still lining up to go on the show like this. And you know, some funny thing is that somebody actually did a breakdown and was like, and in the comment section, like I was reading the comments, and somebody said, oh, at this point black women are harassing and stalking black men. And from a certain perspective, when I read the comment, I was like, what do you mean? But like the more they expanded in the thread, I was like, you know what, yeah, these are the group of men who have said that you're not their preference, you're night riders, they don't find you attractive, what is it, the world hates dark-skinned women, yet you're still showing up in their faces and you're still lining up to go on their podcast. So you are stalking at this point, you are harassing. And at this point, like I feel like, you know, the women who if it is like the women who are still going on the show, and you know, if this is what it takes for them to understand that it doesn't matter what type of, like certain black women they like to make like excuses and say, oh well, it's the uneducated black women that end up getting kicked off the show, or it's the black women who don't want to do 50-50, or it's the black women who want to go, like all these excuses. But we've seen like Asian Doll walk off respectfully and she was still disrespected. We've seen this woman fight and she was still disrespectful. She was still disrespected. So at the end of the day, I don't know why these black women think that they're other and that they're different and that they're going to be treated any differently, because every time that, like, that's what the show is. And that, so I don't understand why, like, it's the equivalent of going to like on Fox News and like saying that like wanted to be like, oh, Joe Biden is like the best president that the United States has ever seen, like my voice. But it's like, yeah, like it's the equivalent of like going on platforms like Fox News and stuff like that and being like, oh yeah, you know, Joe Biden is like the best president that like the US has ever seen, knowing that like I don't know, but like I'm pretty sure that Fox News is like non-democratic, like they're like more like Republican based. But like, yeah, it's like going on there and be like, oh well, I'm gonna try and convince them, you know, that, you know, Democrats are like the way to go. And it's like, no, like that's what the Fresh and Fit podcast is about. Like they don't want to see black women there like have regular conversations. They want to see black women go all out, and you know, so you can't be complaining after the fact. But yeah, that's my perspective, and I thank you so much for watching this video. Bye guys.